Welcome to the Gospel Truth. I'm Dean.
And I'm Audrey, and this week we are celebrating the 5th Sunday of Ordinary Time.
High five! I think I did that last time it was the 5th Sunday of Ordinary Time.
Yeah. And so the theme we want to focus on today is this theme of light. And not just light like the sun or your light bulbs, but how we can be a light for others and ultimately ourselves.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the way that we settled on this theme of light is pretty obvious if you take a look at the ratings.
Yeah.
Like light is used a ton. But I think one of the interesting things came out of the first reading where Isaiah is talking about how if we share our bread with the hungry, shelter the oppressed and homeless, and clothe the naked when we see them, and we do not turn our back on our own, then our light shall break forth like the dawn, and our wounds shall quickly be healed. So the idea is that he gives you some like real tangible examples of what it means to be light, but we also found it really important that not only does our light heal others, but it also heals us too.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big deal. We often don't think about that benefit of being just a kind and light-filled person.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a time where I've done like an act of kindness and I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
Even if I'm like in a kind of like a bad mood, like, you know, just smiling at someone or just doing something nice or sweet, like it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside, and it kind of makes me forget about like, you know, what I was cranky about, you know, earlier in the day. It's a very uplifting feeling.
Yeah, it's
to
hard.
Do nice things.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like it's hard not to feel good when you are kind to others or you're spreading whatever goodness is to others. Like Audrey just said, like even if you're in a bad mood, right? Even if you put on like a fake smile, like you can actually just feel a little bit better. It might not be like super long lasting, but even just that smile,
yeah,
make you feel better.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, you do that when we argue sometimes to try to put me in a better mood, and it always makes me laugh and smile when you try to make me smile.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to do that for others too when they're in a bad mood. And it, like scientifically, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile. So it's in your best interest to just spread your light.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it allows you to heal yourself. It allows the darkness to leave from you. And, you know, if you don't spread your light, like it only hurts you at the end of the day.
Yeah, like to spread like hatred, or I think even in Isaiah talks about like gossiping about people and using like hateful speech against people. Like all of that doesn't just break your bonds with like the rest of humankind, which are all our brothers and sisters, right? But you're also like hurting yourself. You're creating this darkness and this void inside you. No one wants to be around you because you're all judgy and all of that. Like it's very difficult to be with that type of person that is just associated with that type of behavior. Like it's just dark.
Yeah.
And who wants to be around darkness all the time? And it breaks you on the inside.
Yeah, that's so true. And you know what's so great about this whole idea of like spreading joy? It's like you spread joy for others and for yourself. And like if everyone does that, it's just like a lot more good is being spread.
Right.
And I mean, at the end of the day, what's like our goal, right? To get up to heaven, right? And so we're all helping each other and ourselves just like, you know, get up there.
Yeah.
And to make it to heaven and be with God.
Yeah, so just like on the Easter Vigil, if you've ever been to the Easter Vigil, we all start with one light, like the light of Jesus. If you spread that light to others, you can really brighten the room.
Oh,
It's so beautiful.
And it only takes one candle, one source of light, and it just spreads and brightens the room just like 10 times more.
So cool.
Yeah, go to Easter. We'll talk about that when we get to Easter Vigil, but go to Easter Vigil this year.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, that would lead me to wonder, you know, how can I be a light for others? What are ways we can be light for others?
Yeah. I mean, like Isaiah said, like doing those things, like being kind to the poor, sharing your time, talent, and treasure that we always say. I know we keep harping on that over and over again, but you know, those tangible examples, they come back again and again, right? That's what it means to be your light. Like sharing your time with the ministries in your church would be a great one.
Yeah. you know, in your talents too. If you can sing, if you can read, if you have just spare time to share with others, to lend a listening ear, that's something. You know, me, I know like one of my bad habits is like I talk too much sometimes, so maybe just taking a beat to like stop and listen to people, and just really hear what they're trying to say. Like even just being a shoulder to cry on, or like an ear to listen to. That's a way to spread people light too, by letting others feel like they have a safe space to talk to you, and then create deeper bonds with people, and hopefully that's like energy that kind of spreads within you and like to your community.
Yeah, I think the last time we talked, it was all about all of us being in it together and sort of spreading that empathy, just like being empathetic and really like listening and trying to understand where other people are coming from. It's just a great way to spread that light too.
Yeah, and I think let's just remember that, you know, we just want to help ourselves and each other get up to heaven with God, right? And so we have to think of, you know, what does God want from us? He's setting us up with the tools on how to get there, and he trusts us so much. Like, he's not doing things for us. He trusts us so much. He's like, I believe you can do this. I'm gonna let you work through this and figure it out, because I know you're capable and I know you can do this. So that makes me feel good. And it should make you feel good too, that he has so much confidence in us to fulfill what he'd like to see us accomplish.
I like that.
Yeah. So I guess we can just wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just be a light for others and really reflect on that this week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.